Did you know that nearly 59% of consumers have a hard time understanding nutrition labels? Food labels can be super confusing, and understanding them correctly is especially important when you have diabetes. By the way, my name is Terah, and today I'll share 3 main tips on how to correctly read food labels. Watch till the end, since I'll also give you 3 lists of ingredients to avoid. Very often, food companies play dirty and use misleading tricks to convince consumers to buy specific products. So how can you accurately understand food labels? Let's get into it. My number 1, ignore claims on the front of the packaging. Most front labels try to make healthy statements, such as fat-free, organic, or all natural, trying to lure you into purchasing the product. And that usually works, right? Actually, even research shows that adding health claims to front labels makes people believe a product is healthier. Here you can see the list of the most common claims on the packages you really need to pay attention to. Save it for the future and keep an eye out for such labels. Tip number 2, study the ingredients list on the back of the package. The ingredients of the product are listed by quantity, from highest to lowest amount. The first ingredient is what the food manufacturer used the most. For example, I always watch the first 3 ingredients because they make up the biggest part of what I'll be eating. So if you notice that the first ingredients include sugar, refined grains, or hydrogenated oils, put the product back on the shelf. These ingredients are a red flag, and the product is not suitable for you. Also, an ingredients list that is longer than 2 to 3 lines shows that the product is highly processed. Tip number 3, check the serving sizes. Serving size is the first piece of information listed on the label. This is the amount of food that is typically eaten at one time. And that's the tricky part, because the serving size is not a recommendation of how much to eat or drink. One package of food may contain more than 1 serving. For example, if a package has 4 servings and you eat the whole thing, you get 4 times the calories, carbs, and everything else listed on the label. Many people don't really know much about this serving size scheme, thinking that the entire package is a single serving. These are the main tips that will help you read product labels correctly. Before moving forward, don't forget to subscribe to the Clinio channel. We have so many videos about diabetes management ready for you that I really don't want you to miss out on them. Also, check the link below this video where you'll find an amazing tool for managing diabetes. It's the Clinio app that offers a personalized meal plan, grocery list to make your shopping easier, no equipment workouts, a detailed progress tracker, and so much more. You'll definitely need to check it out. Okay, let's get back to reading food labels, where we're faced with the confusing part, ingredients to avoid. When it comes to specific ingredients, food manufacturers become really creative. Remember, most of them are trying to hide the real names of ingredients by changing them to more delicate yet confusing names. So I excluded 2 main ingredients to look for when buying packaged goods: sugar and industrial fats. Let's start with sugar. Sugar has tons of sneaky names. That's the game that food companies play when they call sugar different names. Consumers are more willing to buy the specific product. But if the label doesn't scream sugar, it doesn't mean the product doesn't include it. To make it easier for you, here is the list of what names of sugar can appear in the ingredient list on packaged foods. Some manufacturers will even use a couple of different kinds of sugar in a product, so it will have less of each kind. Also, they list those sugary ingredients basically at the bottom of the ingredient list. Another thing to remember, sometimes special sugars are listed by their scientific name or as a natural ingredient, like maple syrup. Again, I put those specific sugars in this list, so take a screenshot of it. Of course, you don't have to get obsessed with limiting sugar to an absolute 0, but remember, sugar is sugar. If you want to be successful in managing diabetes and staying healthy, it needs to be limited in all forms. Another ingredient to watch on food labels is industrial fats. Trans fats are unsaturated fats that have been chemically altered to increase their stability. Trans fats are found in margarine, peanut butter, baked goods, spreads, creamers, and frozen dinners. Also, trans fats are often added to products to extend their shelf life. Don't eat foods that have any partially hydrogenated items on the ingredients list. Keep in mind that food companies can list 0 grams if it contains less than 0.5 grams of trans fat per serving. This means that your food may have trans fats even if the nutrition label says 0. We want you to be safe and healthy. So here is a list of such fats that need to be avoided at all costs. Just don't sweat about small amounts of naturally occurring trans fats in whole foods like beef. I'm talking about the artificial trans fats you need to avoid. Whoa, that's a lot of information to digest. But hopefully I gave you the most necessary information about food labels that will lead you to healthier choices. Don't forget to check out the following videos about top 5 hacks to make eating with diabetes easier and surprising hidden sugars.